This is my meeting. I am so excited to bring you the first Mindfulness Mondays. Welcome, Maria. Welcome, everyone who will be joining us live and on the recorded session. This Mindfulness Monday is going to be brought to you the first Monday of every month. And if you've ever said starting Monday, when you had a new goal or something that you wanted to tackle, you know what we mean by Monday and getting yourself in order. This Mindfulness Mondays is even more significant because we're at the end of the year. The end of the year usually brings upon goals and desires for the next year. It brings upon a time when you're looking back at what you have accomplished and ready to propel yourself forward. The same things that you did last year are not going to be enough to get you to the next level. So you need new information and tools. And that is what I hope you will find here today. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. This is specifically designed for women leaders who want to go from drained to reclaimed. Maria, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Great. So during this 1 hour Mindfulness Mondays, you'll learn key ways to stop stress and beat burnout, cultivate community, and practice mindfulness meditation. Women leaders, according to the Center for Disease Control, stress is the #1 health challenge that people are facing in the workplace. It's sending people to the hospital and is contributing to not only stress, but heart disease, high blood pressure, and more. So you want to have tools in order to tackle this. But you don't need this statistics to know that stress is at an all-time high. It just confirms that you are not alone. Some of the key contributors of stress are stressful workplace environments, microaggression that people experience in the work environment and in other places, work-life imbalance, health and wellness challenges, and difficulty adapting to new leadership roles. I want to help you get freedom from stress and renewed wellness so you can savor life. Your well-being is not only designed to make you a better leader within the workplace and for your family and your friends, that is a great benefit. But even further, you want to be able to savor life. Just enjoy the moments mindfully, be able to focus and hug your loved ones without being worried about going to the next place or worried about what happened yesterday. With me as a coach, you will be seen and heard. My wellness system is custom designed to help you get from where you are to where you want to be, to help you grow with love. I'm an executive wellness coach, the one to call when you want to go from drained to reclaimed. I'm a certified life coach, organizational consultant, and mindfulness trainer. One of the most important things to me is that I'm a women's wellness advocate. So I came to this field and approach to help women get free from challenges that we all so commonly experience, like fibroids and other health challenges that are impacted even further by stress. And I became a coach after experiencing my own wellness challenges. I'll tell you a story. One time I was heading to work for what would have been a typical day, long day, and evening board meetings. I grabbed my keys and I was heading out the door when all of a sudden my heart started beating, pumping, pounding so fast, I felt like my whole body was rocking. And I felt dizzy, like I was going to faint. So I had to call 911. And instead of ending up at work, I ended up on a stretcher with an EMT standing in front of me, holding her fingers up, asking me how many I saw. She was asking me a wave of questions, trying to make sure that I didn't pass out. And the next thing I heard was my heart rate was 221 beats per minute, and my respiration was low. Then I felt them put the patches on my chest, and I felt the oxygen mask, and it felt and tasted like relief. I got to the hospital, and the doctors and nurses were speaking in rushed voices and saying that I had to have a shot of adenosine to stop my heartbeat and restart it at a normal pace. This day led me to take my wellness serious. It led me to look for options and alternatives to what I was doing, to know that my wellness was worth it. I wanted to help myself, and I wanted to help others on their journey who were experiencing similar things. In my workplace, I also saw the degradations of people's health with major health issues. I could see and feel the impact of toxic work environments. Here are a few of my clients. Billy Poindexter, she is an entrepreneur. I'm so proud of her. She has her food truck now, and she's doing really well with her bakery. I coached her, and she talked about some of the issues and challenges that she had and wanted to overcome. One of the main benefits of coaching with me is you'll be seen and heard, and a voice will be given to the challenges that you're having. You won't be gaslighted, but also you'll learn to reshape your story and turn your challenges into triumph. This is Regina Williams. She was working to heal herself from fibroids, and she is on her wellness journey, doing well. She's already lost 30 pounds, and we're continuing to work together to help her to create new habits for herself, her new diet plan, exercise, and setting those goals, understanding what you want, why, and having faith that you can accomplish anything. Like I said, in order to grow, it's important to identify what you want. That's number one. Know what you want. A lot of times we're scattered, we're all over the place, and we're not quite sure what we want. A coach can help us to understand exactly what we want. And even if our desire evolves over time, that's okay. But it's great to acknowledge the core desire that you have, and everything else can emanate from that and support your desire. Understand why your desire exists. Why do you even want what you want? And why is that desire so strong that you will keep going, even if it gets challenging? And the third part of it is to have faith that you can achieve your desire, because without faith, you've lost before you've even started if you don't believe that it's possible. Replace anxious apprehension with joyful anticipation of the outcome that you desire. Understand that stress and anxiety repel creativity, whereas joy is the seat of creativity. So during this phase of the presentation, I would like you, if you're able, to write down your core desire. Write down why you have that desire and make a statement about your faith. Why is it that you believe that you can achieve this desire? What is the vision that you hold true for yourself through visualization that's going to show you that you can indeed fulfill your desire? Understand and also write down things that you have accomplished in the past. What have you won? What are some trophies you've garnered that allow you to see and understand that you can do it again? Speak life into yourself and your loved ones and your goals. A lot of people don't understand how to speak life into their goals. They don't realize that they are, in fact, repelling their goals by saying things that are counterproductive to the desires that they want. Rumination is one of the things that repels your goals. Ruminating or thinking about past experiences that may have gone well or may have not gone well stop you in your tracks and give you less confidence. But just know, if something didn't work out exactly as planned in the past, it doesn't mean that you cannot succeed in the future. So don't use something where you don't feel satisfied. Don't use that as a benchmark. Use your wins as a benchmark and use faith as a benchmark. So today we're going to stop worrying. And what I mean by gaslighting, we're not going to gaslight ourselves by saying that our worries and our concerns are not valid. Your worries and your concerns are valid. Microaggression in the workplace does exist. It exists in the grocery store or at restaurants. All the challenges that we experience in life as women leaders, and even specifically as Black women, are impactful. And we have to know that they're meaningful, but we don't want to get stuck there. And fortunately or unfortunately, we are the only ones who can shape the way we feel. We can't wait for others' behaviors to change before we decide to be well. We're going to have to be well in this volatile, uncertain, chaotic, ambiguous environment that we are in. So the way to do that is to water the seeds and not the weeds. Understand all the beauty and everything available to us instead of getting stuck in the minutia of things that are not serving our highest desires. Choose what we want to focus on. Focus on the seeds and they will grow and harvest over time. Be present here and now without anxiety about the past or the future. Your power is in the present. Communicate with compassion and understanding. A lot of times it's so difficult when you're in the thick of a situation to communicate with compassion and understanding. But practicing mindfulness helps you to have the tools to do that, to get in touch with your suffering. Don't gaslight yourself, as we talked about before, because of your suffering. Acknowledge your suffering, and that's the only way that you can release it. Release it without judgment and allow yourself to transform. What if you could focus on your set intention and silence the worries and instead create fuel for joy and creativity? So we're at a point where we're going to start practicing our mindful meditation. It's one of the foundational ways that I support my clients. The following meditation is a breathing meditation. I'm gonna turn on some music. Get into a comfortable seated position and tune in to your breathing for a few minutes. This is breathing mindfully, being aware of the breath, something that comes naturally to us, but we rarely pay attention to it. And sometimes we actually hold our breath. And holding your breath for extended amounts of time due to stress can further anxiety. It can even cause health problems like rapid heartbeat or heart disease and high blood pressure. Feel the lifting and the falling of your belly. Pay attention to your lower stomach and feel the expansion and release. Focus simply on the feeling of having your feet on the floor and of breathing. If you find it hard to focus, you can silently or quietly repeat, breathing in, I know that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I am breathing out. Fully inhale. When you inhale, your belly expands like a balloon. Inhale positive energy and exhale, just letting go of your breath in a state of relaxation. Inhale goodness and exhale relaxation. Inhale acceptance and exhale judgment. Inhale health and clarity and exhale into serenity. Fully inhale desire and achievement and exhale into complete relaxation. Imagine the earth below you as if it's pressing up, supporting you. Now become aware of the very top of your head and put your focus there. Notice any sensations you have there. Now moving down, focus on your eyes and feel how they feel. And notice the tiny movements that your eyes are making. This awareness relaxes you further. Notice now your nose and feel the air passing through as you breathe in and out. Notice now your mouth and taking your awareness down your neck. Notice if you have any tension there. Just ask it to release. Notice the sensation in your body, making you very relaxed and comfortable. Become aware of your chest and lungs expanding and contracting with your breath. Perhaps you can feel your heart beating, pumping with love. Now send your focus down your arms, all the way to each fingertip, feeling the sensations of your fingers. You focus on your abdomen and all your vital organs. Just notice how your belly feels and how it's digesting. Notice your pelvis and hips and the sensation of your weight pressing down. This takes you deeper into a state of relaxation. Your awareness goes down each leg, over your knees, and down all the way to your feet, and to each toe. You have now become aware of every part of your body. Now expand your attention outward again to encompass the whole body and to view what you find with warmth and compassion. You then expand your awareness even further to re-engage with the world. The beauty of the breathing and space meditation is that it can be performed virtually anywhere. Taking 10 minutes every day to yourself and practicing mindfulness techniques will allow you to work through the problems you face. Every day, take several full deep breaths, allowing for you to let go of anything that bothers you. And when you show up for work, you not only get the job done, but you accomplish things that move you towards success. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. Welcome, Akinu. Welcome, Zarina. So I'm happy that you were able to join me and hear the meditation. How did that feel? Does anyone feel more relaxed?
It was very relaxing, and it definitely felt like my heart rate was slowing down. So it was great.
Great. I want to share with everyone a few more exercises that are conducive to reducing stress. We get so caught up in our day-to-day activities that we forget about the basic relaxation techniques that we can do in order to heal ourselves. And these aren't just things to do here and there sporadically. It's a daily practice. If there are any habits that we have that do not serve us, we can replace those habits with good habits. One of the most important beneficial things is affirmations. You can write your own affirmations. I have a few here. We started out today by talking about what is it that you want. The most important thing for this year is to understand what you want and why you have that desire, and to have faith and believe that it is possible. Affirmations are a part of that opening up your imagination. It is said that human beings will always act according to their imagination. So it doesn't matter if you have a desire, if you don't imagine that you can achieve that desire, if you don't have faith that you can achieve that desire, then you've lost before you have even begun. So our imaginations are so critical. There was a psychologist who's well known, studied lots of people. He was not only a psychologist, but he was also a plastic surgeon. And he noticed that he did plastic surgery on patients. And many of the patients would have their features renewed and restored. This wasn't just cosmetic plastic surgery. This could have been if they were in an accident or something. And lo and behold, they would go on to still feel unattractive. And it's because that was the image that they held within themselves. So he took them through 21 days of transformation. And scientifically, it's been shown that it takes 21 days to change a habit. 21 days in order to help them understand that their imagination or their image of themselves was what was blocking them from achieving their desires. It wasn't their ability. It was what they saw as possible for themselves. So repeat after me. Here are a few affirmations that you can say in the mirror. Another way that I've added is in the backyard. When it's warm, you can put your feet in the soil or on the beach, saying these affirmations. I am happy, I am healthy, I am whole. Challenges are lessons. I love and accept myself unconditionally. I will search for the good in all situations. I release limiting beliefs that no longer serve me. I am joyful and full of life. I breathe deeply and wholly the essence of life. I plant my feet on solid ground and reconnect to the earth. I am abundance and I am worthy of manifestation. The last one is really important because sometimes we'll have a desire. We'll know why we have the desire. And maybe our faith gets a little wobbly because we don't know if we're worthy. Maybe we think it's supposed to be for someone else. In order to understand you're worthy, think about what you've accomplished in the past, how you won, how you've achieved things in the past, how you overcame obstacles in the past, and know that we want what we desire so that we can help others. We can be better that way. The second exercise, well, we've already gone through the breathing exercise. So that was other one to help you with your desires. I'm going to go through this one. Gratitude. Gratitude. Wow. This is huge. If you've ever noticed when you get down or you feel extra stress or anxiety, a lot of times your gratitude is not ignited. So igniting your gratitude first thing in the morning, even before you get out of bed, what are you grateful for? You can say it out loud. You can write it down. What brings you the most joy? And I want you to do at least one of those things that bring you the most joy every day. Don't let a day go by without doing what brings you the most joy. What are you happy about? What are you grateful for? Breathe in the fullness and the feeling of gratitude and imagine what you are grateful for, using all your senses to envision it. So the gratitude exercise, I have 5 steps there. You don't have to practice it now if you are working, but we write down, what have you experienced that you are grateful for? And after you do this every day, it becomes second nature. You don't even have to write it down, but in the beginning, it's great to write it down. What brings you the most joy in life? What did you learn recently that you are grateful for? What do you feel right now that makes you grateful? And on Mondays, it's good to assess what happened last week that brought you joy. For me, I'm grateful for the sun on my face and the breath of fresh air. I'm grateful that I enjoy my children. I'm grateful that I get to witness people's transformation. I'm grateful for the feeling of momentum and energy about doing work I enjoy. I am grateful to feel warm hugs from my loved ones. I savor their hugs with all of my senses, living in the moment. We started out by talking about goals. We talked about figuring out what is it that you want, why you want it, and having faith that you can attract that. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant, and time-bound. So as I conclude, I want to express the power of visualization. The power of visualization in order to manifest your desires. For me, one of the best ways for visualization, you can start out with the prayer and you can envision what you desire with all of your senses. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Where are you? And make this visualization a daily practice. We can do a guided visualization before we leave, but I wanted to talk about the benefits of visualization. With your busy roles, sometimes it's hard to get past, what happened last week or things like that. But visualizations puts a focus on the big picture. Silence your mind from thinking too much about your to-do list. What is it that you really want? Close your eyes right now. What comes to you? What comes to mind? Is that a natural picture that you're not even forcing it? It's just there without you even pressing. And then you can deepen that visualization by practicing visualization every single day. If I had to say one thing that helps transform your desires into reality, it's visualization, seeing your desires as if they've already been achieved. Love your current self and believe that you are more than enough while sticking to the desire for growth. You don't need to hate or beat up on yourself with your words or thoughts before changes occur. So for the visualization practice, you can sit down comfortably. Generally, I do this on my knees with my head facing the floor, the crown of my head facing the floor. I use affirmative statements to emphasize what I foresee for the future and feel the desire taking place. For example, I'm in my new kitchen with white countertops and white cabinets and blue and gold backsplash and matching floors. The kitchen is filled with laughter and the smell of cinnamon from a freshly baked pie. It brings me joy to spend time with my loved ones in my home. I turn to stare out my picture window facing bluebirds and a row of trees. Then I turn back to mindful awareness with my family and breathe in the fullness of life. Another example is I'm on stage wearing blue and filled with an overflowing joy at sharing wellness exercises with the welcoming and receptive audience cheering me on and hanging on my every word. I am making a difference for some of the audience members who will gain new knowledge and be moved to make holistic life changes. This is mind, body, and soul wellness. Mind, body, and soul wellness is when you are able to change your thoughts. Then after that, you're able to change your body or your body image to be in alignment with your soul's purpose. I help you align your wellness, power, and purpose. So in conclusion, we've explored 5 exercises, which include affirmations, mindfulness, breathing, gratitude, SMART goals, and visualization. These exercises will support you in becoming a more joyful leader and support your wellness journey from drained to reclaimed. It sounds like everyone is working, but I know Maria probably got to hear the most. Can anyone comment on what they've heard today? Go back to the music.
I'm actually at work right now, but I did want to comment that your story really resonated with me in terms of being overworked. And the thing about it is sometimes stress factors are not as evident in the stress. So especially women who are so busy multitasking that they really are not in tune with themselves and their bodies, and just like being able to learn when they're pretty much out of sync, when things are misaligned, and that is a that is a that is a skill that is like so invaluable, to pay attention to your body, pay attention to what you're doing, pay attention to changes, because these minute changes could really have a catastrophic effect on future events and your future life. And some people just work themselves to the point where they, they collapse and like never wake up. And, thankfully you were able to able to recover, and then actually use this as a platform to really reach out and actually speak to women who are in similar situations. But a lot of women just don't make it.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that goes back to being on autopilot. We don't even feel our own bodies. Can you imagine that? We don't even, it's like we're in these bodies, but we don't know that we have a headache or a stomach ache or a shoulder ache. And then even condense that or compound that when you think of people taking like Tylenol daily, they're even more numb to what their bodies are experiencing. So they talk about mindfulness is almost a coming home to your body. One of the practices is sensory practice where you allow yourself 5 minutes to just feel what your body is saying to you, the messages, because we talk about how your body is sending you all these signals, but after you ignore them so long, they'll stop sending you signals. You'll actually become numb. And that doesn't mean that you're no longer not feeling well, but then you lose your ability to improve the situation. So that's great that you noticed that. Yeah, autopilot is what I thought about that. We're moving around on autopilot and we're unable to change things in that way. I think that the COVID situation helped people stop moving on autopilot because a few people had more time to think about themselves. We were less social. We were less active for a few minutes and then things really picked up again, but it brought more highlight on our own bodies and how to heal ourselves. What did you think? Did the wins resonate with anyone? Like thinking about how you have faith that you can achieve your desires in the future?
Yes, I would add that it was great how you brought in the power of visualization for us to make the connection between where we are now and how we'll actually feel once we get to our wins. So visualizing as it is, as it will be. But the one challenge I would say it would be good if you could kind of expand on is if when you are super busy, like for me, I'm at work, most of us are at work right now, how do you incorporate visualization when you're really overwhelmed during the day?
Mhm.
What's the best practice for that?
Yes. So the best practice that I've found, it's good for you to practice visualization 3 times a day. If you do it first thing in the morning before you start your workday, then you have it out of the way and you can do it in 3 minutes, believe it or not. And then again at noon around your lunch hour. I know a lot of us are not sometimes taking lunches, we're working through lunches. But if you could find or carve out 5 minutes at noon, and then in the evening, after you get off work, to do it again. And a lot of these practices can be combined. You know how we talked about visualization, you can do visualization followed by affirmations, and then that's only 10 minutes, and it does seem really challenging. I know before, in between meetings, one practice that I used to do was to get through it was stop at Starbucks or something like that. And I know that wasn't a healthy habit, but if we bring our lunch or bring our tea flask, then maybe we'll have more time to practice visualizations and affirmation. And that's not to undercut how challenging it is, because I know during work hours, we're like back to back with meetings. So sometimes you can only do it in your mind. You might not be able to get on the mat. But I'm just visualize a better environment or a less stressful environment where eventually you will be able to.
Thank you. That was helpful.
Yes. So I talked a little bit in the beginning about the impetus for stress reduction, that it's the number one challenge faced in organizations. And if this is you, I want to support you. I want to help you stop stress and renew your wellness so you can savor life. I'm the coach to call when you want to go from drained to reclaimed. I offer a DISC assessment, which is further helpful in self-awareness. When we talked about the doctor and how he did plastic surgery on people and they still had the same vision of themselves, it didn't change, their self-image didn't change. It was in part because they were not self-aware. And so that is really critical, both mental and physical self-awareness, to understand yourself and understand others. The DISC assessment helps with that. And all the other practices that we talked about with the visualization and meditation, it's that quiet time for you to hear yourself. And actually, it doesn't take more time out of your day because the point is that you'll be more relaxed and more at peace. I have one final guided meditation that I want to share with you. I could share this with you. Life causes us to literally hold our breath without even realizing it. Science shows that many of us are even backwards breathers, inhaling and contracting their stomachs and exhaling and expanding. The proper way to breathe is to expand the belly as you inhale. So let's practice this again with a guided visualization. You are in a forest. The tall, lush trees surrounding you give you such a sense of connection and safety. You smell fresh, clean ocean and river air. As you peer off into the distance, you see that you're getting closer and closer to a waterfall. As you are walking, birds are singing all around you. You spot a hummingbird and a blue jay. What is it doing here? The sun is warm on your face. You take a drink from your canteen of ice cold water. You're getting tired now. You've been walking for a long, long time. You lost your way earlier. You lost track of time. But now you've made it to the waterfall. And what perfect timing. There's a rainbow right over the waterfall. You realize that this is the time to pause. You remove your sleeping bag from your backpack, roll it out over the lush green forest floor, and lie down. Perfect time and space to rest. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Let me know if you have any questions. Do you have any questions? Not yet, not at this time.
Actually, I do not have any questions. Hey, Leema.
Hi, Pasha. I hope you
How are
caught
you?
some of it.
I
Good.
did. I just stepped out of another meeting. I'm about to jump into another one. Hit me up after this. I do have a few questions for you if you don't mind.
Okay, sure,
Okay?
sure. Love
All
to.
right. All
Okay.
right, guys. I'm out of here. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Okay, bye, Shatasha. Thank you all so much for joining me. I decided to do this just because of pure desire. I didn't really announce it until like a week before. So I wasn't really expecting a great turnout, but sometimes you just have to, start start somewhere. And so I'm grateful that you all took the time out to join me, and I will see you next month.
Thank you, Leema. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thanks, Leema.